Okay, why is Dr. Che and Nana Amposa on the TV?
So the caption here says it all. Otumfuo has dissolved the board and in effect the management of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. The board was led by Dr. Kwame Che and the management was led by Nana Amposa. So we all know so Dr. Kwame Che was the one who brought in Nana Amposa to come and lead the management of Kumasi Asante Kotoko after he was given the board chair by Otumfuo. So they started on, well, stories that Dr. Kwame Che was a huge admirer of Nana Amposa, and he was the one who scouted him because he thought he could help Kumasi Asante Kotoko because of Nana Amposa's exploits in his agency and also his club. So when Nana Amposa came in, they were moving on well, since their relationship was very good. It came to a time that their relationship broke down. And that
but they said Kwame Che got a club.
Yes, he got a club. That was after a relationship
but once
broke,
he gets a club,
down.
Once he gets a club,
after a relationship broke down, then he lost interest. Yes.
But why didn't he resign then if he lost interest?
Otumfuo gave him something. I think he thought probably that resigning would be like a disrespect to Otumfuo because he asked him to do the work and then he was doing it. So
now both of them are gone.
So now both.
So who is Kotoko chairman today?
They have not announced yet. What we know is that...
So Countryman Songo was part of Nana Amponsa's
yes, he was part of the management. So he's gone now.
Oh, wow.
What we hear is that they are talking to Kwesi Appiah to take the coaching role for Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
But that's not the CEO role.
That's not the CEO, that's coaching.
Have they sacked their coach as well?
Yes, they are coaches. They were using an interim coach. The coach they started the season with.
How did Kotoko end the league? How did Kotoko end the season?
They were fourth. They ended fourth on the league table.
From defending champions?
From defending champions to fourth. Okay. Yeah, that was the situation with.
And Otumfuo and his people believe that it's as a result of the management boardroom rancor.
Yes, it's mainly because of that. Because of that. Because you know, he has been the major financier. Dr. Kwame Che. He is someone who has been financed. So when
what's
the
happening to
relationship broke down,
what's happening to Adako-Otchere?
When the relationship broke down, it was very difficult for Dr. This thing to finance it because he has to rely on sponsors. But Dr. Kwame Che used to give out a lot of money for them to do projects and then probably later pay him or something. But when a relationship broke down, it became very difficult to go to him for money now. Because what caused the breakdown relationship really was that he is saying that in a board meeting, Dr. Kwame Che accused him of taking players out of his hotel. So he owns a hotel, the sports hotel, where normally Kotoko players used to camp. They camp there when they are in Kumasi. And when they are living out of Kumasi, they live there. And his hotel is paid for the stay of the players over there.
But if he's the financier, why is his hotel paid again? I don't get it.
So they paid, so he's separating his hotel from here as the distance.
Okay.
But Nana Amposa thought that a more feasible or a more financially prudent way would be for them to rent an apartment and keep the players there. So he discussed it with Dr. Kwame Che, but unfortunately, probably he didn't take it well. And so he took the players out of the hotel and put them in an apartment.
Okay, so the hotel was their camp, like
yes,
their home base.
That's where they base.
So the players live in their house, and then they come to the hotel for camping. And Nana Amposa thought we should move them away somewhere.
An apartment where they will stay there forever. They don't even have to go home.
Oh, it's their home?
Yes,
their family is there.
Yes, and to become financially prudent also, but he didn't take it lightly. And that's what started the breakdown of the relationship. And his radio station, to Light FM, they became huge critics of Nana Amposa. They criticized him a lot. And then it created a lot of rancor, and that's what caused the breakdown relationship. And since then, they've not been able. So he almost like became disinterested, and he bought a club and a stadium, a new stadium. And people were saying, you own Kotoko. You are the chairman of Kotoko. And Kotoko need a stadium. You have gone to...
We are building the Adako-Otchere is under construction, isn't it?
So that's a training facility, not a stadium.
It was in a stadium. Okay, yeah.
And he's going to buy Kesben FC stadium, and he's renovated
it.
Yes.
Where they do the prayer, or they stop doing the prayer there?
Yes, right now he's renovated the stadium and he's made it very, very...
Do they still do the mopper there, the prayer session mopper?
I don't know.
You don't know about it? Okay, all right, don't worry.
All right, so
viewers who are listening, can you tell us whether they do the mopper?
He lost a bit of interest in that. First, it was said that the team was for his sons. He had some sons, so the team was for them. And now his team is even coming into the Premier League next season.
What's the name of the team?
Nations FC. They've qualified and they'll become...
Where's their home?
Premier League. That's Abrankese.
Abrankese,
yes.
I see. Where Kesben FC used to be.
Yes, Kesben FC used to be.
They were a threat to Kotoko back in the day, Kesben FC.
Yes. So that's the story with Kotoko. So we are expecting the new board to be announced and the new management will be announced.
Is Herbert Mensah still interested?
I don't think so. I don't think the Kotoko job is a job that is very, very difficult to handle. And most people who handle the Kotoko job, they'll tell you that by the time they are leaving, they leave with debts because they put their money in and they don't get it back. Most of the people
who are I mean, if you're noticing now, who are the people looking at? Could it be Nana Yampong returning as chairman?
Many people want Nana Yampong
to return,
to stay.
Yeah.
Many Kotoko faithful want him to stay as the management, but that will be the decision of the new board who will come in whether they would like to retain him. And we also know that GFA elections are in the offing. We don't know if he'll still be interested to contest like he did the last time, to contest Kets like he did the last time. We don't know if he's still interested because in October.
No, now that he's been a Kotoko chairman, how people won't vote for him? That's always the problem with GFA.
It's all about lobbying and campaigning. So if I don't vote, there are other clubs.
Let's move on.
So that brings us to Kate. He has been under serious pressure.
Serious
since the
pressure.
Black Meteors kicked out of the
under 5-1.
Yeah, we lost to Morocco 6-1.
5-1, I think.
6.
The last goal was not 5.
It was 5.
There's a video with the guy at Peace FM. What's his name? The sports guy. Dan Kwekuyeboah. He has a powerful video on social media. That guy is great, man. And he's conversing with some people, like watching the game. I think they filmed themselves while they were watching the game. And the 6th goal came. And then he was celebrating that the referee has disallowed it. And then that guy said, I said 5 is better than 6. Now 6-1 and you cry. They said, and 5-1, this is, they beat 6-1 and you cry. That was a video by Dan Kwekuyeboah. So it's very
has been under serious pressure on social media since, because all our national team seems to be performing badly in competitions.
Which is where we were doing well.
Yes.
We were doing badly in Premier League, but we were doing
the Black
well.
Stars too, same. And the Black Stars are even struggling to win games away from home. They can't beat Madagascar away from home, Central African Republic away from home, very badly. And you look at his competition record in the last 16 months, and this was posted by Fenty Utari, a sports journalist at Joy FM. Under 17 AFCON, we didn't qualify at all. Under 20 AFCON, we didn't qualify, though we were the defending champions.
He said we disgraced at home. Why? Why is he adding disgraced at home?
Because we hosted the competition for the qualifiers.
And we ended up
and
what?
We couldn't qualify. Nigeria came to beat us to the qualifying spot. We hosted, so what the qualifiers are now played in zones.
Okay.
And we hosted the
so how many
West
teams
African
came here?
B zone. 8 teams came here, 2 groups.
How many qualified?
And 2 are supposed to qualify.
And we didn't.
And we couldn't qualify. We couldn't even qualify out of our groups to the next stage.
Hey.
That's how I say we're disgraced at home.
And then go on.
And under 22, we couldn't qualify, although we were the defending champions. AFCON 2021, we qualified, but we exited in the group stage. Our West AFCON record. Chan, we qualified, but we got kicked out in the quarterfinals. Under 23, we qualified, but got kicked out in the group stage. And the World Cup too, we got kicked out in the group stage. So that's the last 16 months when you take our national team's performance in various competitions. And you have to say our under 17 women's too, they got banned by FIFA for 2 competitions. They can't participate in 2 World Cup competition qualified because they were caught of age cheating. So we played a qualifier with Morocco, and Morocco lodged the complaint with FIFA, and Ghana were found guilty of age cheating with 2 players. And so we have been banned from playing the qualifiers for the under-17 World Cup for the women's for 2 editions. And our Black Queens too, who were doing very well with Nigeria, also didn't qualify for the AFCON for the women, and so will not be in the World Cup, will not be playing in the Women's World Cup, which will be played this month. So our national teams have just been in a messy situation. And some former footballers have been coming out to speak about Ajiman Bedu. Say, how can we be so over-reliant on IMF? That is foreign-born and foreign-based players at youth level. If our local league can't produce players for our youth football, then we are in serious trouble. So he just said, why are we relying too much on Ghanaians who are born abroad and not relying on players who are born here? The GFA needs to organize an emergency meeting tomorrow and take stock of what's happening. Where our football is heading is dangerous. That's what Ajiman Bedu is saying. And Derek Boateng, for me, I think the GFA don't know what they are doing. I don't think the GFA school will help Ghana football.
Yeah, that's some interesting announcement.
Yes.
What's Nanaba saying?
Nanaba was also very embarrassed. He's also saying the embarrassment is suffocating. No, Ket Okraku, you haven't overachieved, because Ket said in an interview that they have overachieved.
Oh, he said that?
Yes. He said
Did he look at the review of the 16 months before he said they had overachieved?
He said they have overachieved.
Oh, but
those
that's
singing
almost...
these praises to you are greedy, self-seeking, dishonest people. Listen to the majority who tell you that our football is in crisis. You know it is.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
And so this Twitter, some message jokes aside, Kotoko has terrible tournament results too. Across all national teams, the performances has been increased. So people have been bashing him on social media.
What's Jerome saying?
Adom-Otchere, the nepotistic conflict of interest reading appointment by Ket administration at Ghana official even permeating our national team positions must not escape our attention. They defile the new frontiers of key corporate governance dictates. The GFA may well be made up of clubs, but it's not a one family and friends entity. So that's what he says. So he has been accused of family and friends and also influencing players into national teams. Like now, most of the national
Baba
teams.
Rahman.
Yes, a clear example. But most of the national teams, you find Dreams FC players in them. Almost all the national teams, when they qualify, at least one Dreams FC player or someone very close to him's team's player will be there. So that's the accusations that people have made about him. And a club, UADBRC, have actually written a letter to the GFA regarding the elections which are supposed to be held. So according to the constitution, the GFA elections are supposed to be organized in the ordinary congress. And the GFA have already set the date for the ordinary congress to be this July. Meanwhile, their tenure is supposed to end in October, and the ordinary congress will happen in July. So UADBRC wrote a letter to the GFA asking them that why is the election for the GFA not part of the agenda? Because they are expecting that ordinary congress is supposed to elect the new GFA president, since that will be the only ordinary congress before the next one will happen next year. And that's the letter that they wrote to the GFA. And they're also accusing the GFA that they have heard that they are coercing some clubs to sign some petition that they will take to FIFA, for FIFA to approve for the elections to be postponed, and also to make some amendments to the statutes of GFA, like the terms that someone can run for. At the moment, it's only 4 years or 2 terms. So they are alleging that the GFA is trying to make it 3 terms, and also want the clubs to sign for the elections to be postponed probably after the AFCON in January. That's what they are alleging the GFA. But the GFA have also responded and have said that they've refuted those allegations that the UADBRC are making. They are saying that they've actually brought the lists. They said this is what they've put in the agenda regarding the election. So they are saying that the electoral body who is supposed to organize the election wants this to be approved first. And if this is approved, that's the filing fees for the election. After it's approved, and then now they'll bring out the roadmap for the elections to happen in October. That's the response.
But that means GFA says they are not postponing it.
Yes, that's what
they're denying the allegation. Who signed the letter? General Secretary?
Yes, most likely General Secretary
Okay.
Pospado.
All right.
Pospado.
Okay.
So this is the accusation that Alhaji Guze-San also made on social media.
What is he saying?
So when we say Kotoko is running the GFA as a family and friend association, people think we don't like him. That's why we are fabricating stories against them. We want them to come and deny the following position assigned to his family and friends. So he gave a list of positions.
Who is writing? Alhaji Guze's son?
Yes, his son.
Oh, I don't know him. Nice. Ahmed Fawaz Guza.
Yes.
Oh, I'd like to meet him. What does he do?
So he manages the club.
King Faisal?
Yes, he manages. Although most of the time he spends a lot of time outside the country.
How old is he?
Mainly,
something, I'm sure.
No, not he. He will be probably in his 40s or so.
Oh, Alhaji Guze's son is in the 40s. Yeah, yes. I see.
So this is the list of the names of people that he have, about 15 people. Winfred Maudeke Okraku, a sister of Kotoko, is now the director at the Ghanaman Soccer Center of Excellence. David Alifo, head of marketing at Dreams FC, and brother to Mohamed Gigi Alifo, a director of Dreams FC. So about 15 names of people who are connected to Ket, who they are saying that he has given positions. And then the Ket side have also retaliated with a list of people who they are saying that supported George Afriyie in the elections, but Ket is working with them, like Ralph Jemra, chairman, under 15 girls national team, Okraku, head coach, under 15 boys, George Owu, goalkeepers trainer, under 15 boys. So they are saying all these.
But they say they don't pay the coaches.
Yes, so the coaches they are not on the payroll of government. You know, on our national team coach, the Black Stars coach, they are on the national team. They are on the payroll of government. The government pays them. But all other national teams, they are not paid by the government. They are only paid bonuses when the team goes for competition and they win, and they are given their per diems and their bonuses. And that's what and I think it all stems from the fact that the FIFA law against government interference in football. It's also limiting the government from pushing too much into, because the government don't form part of the appointment of other national teams apart from the Black Stars. So they also don't feel much pressure to pay. So we already told the filing fees which has been made. And now George Afriyie, he has launched his campaign to contest for the GFA position.
Is he the only one now?
Yes, he's the only one who has come out now to contest.
Has Ket said he's running for re-election? He definitely is.
He has not said it, but we know he will go. So he did a short video. I don't know if we can see it.
Let's see with just 1 minute of George Afriyie's video. What is George saying?
My name is George Afriyie, a former vice president of the Ghana Football Association. Ghana football has always thrived when all stakeholders, administrators, players, coaches, fans, the media, the public, and all are united with a shared purpose and a common vision. It is crucial that at this time of our football, we come together as a family, setting aside personal agendas, interests, and work towards a common goal. Together, we build bridges, heal wounds, forge a united front that will propel our football to new heights. As I announce my candidature for the presidency of Ghana Football Association in the upcoming elections,
where Okraku couldn't win in the first round, I think the difference was about 3 votes or so, a very marginal. George came in and he gave up, and Ket was declared the winner of that election. So he's coming in again. He's saying he's going to contest, and he's going to be very tight. Looking at the way things are going, we don't know how
he has a chance.
He has a chance. But we don't know. The football people, they are very unpredictable. The football people, especially getting close to election. One thing that doesn't go well for George is the way his relationship with Kwesi Nyantakyi broke down. I'm
hearing it's being repaired.
Yes, we are hoping so. That
if he's able to get Kwesi on his side, he'll win.
He will win. That's what affected him in the last election.
Yeah, if he gets Kwesi on his side, he'll win. Yeah. Hopefully, we'll talk to Kwesi about that.
Yes, we hope. So right now, the World Cup 2026 draw will happen July 12th. The draw for the qualifiers will happen July 12th. And so the pots for the draw to happen have already happened. FIFA have done it. And this.
So by July 12th, Ghana knows our group.
Yes, the group that will play.
July 12th, next 2 weeks, 10 days away, something like that.
Yeah, so this is the pots, this pot 1 and pot 2. You know, we are going to have 9 groups. This time, Africa are likely to have 10 teams to qualify, but 9 at automatic qualification. And the other one, you have to play another qualifiers in Africa. That's, we have 9 groups. All the second teams, all the teams who play second will play a mini competition, and the winner of that competition will now go and represent Africa in the continental playoff.
And if you go there, then you can get to the World Cup.
That's how you can
Long journey.
Yes, that's how you can get the 10th spot. But the 9 spots which are automatic are the winners of the 9 groups. And in pot 1, we have the 9 top ranked teams in Africa. They are in pot 1, so they are going to be the leaders of the 9 groups.
And they are?
And they are Nigeria, Morocco, Senegal, Algeria, Tunisia, Cameroon, Mali, Egypt, Ivory Coast. And in pot 2, the next ranked team, which is led by Ghana, Burkina Faso, South Africa, Cape Verde.
Okay, so what it means is Ghana will be in the group of one of these.
Yes, Ghana will be in the group of, yes.
Nothing will change that.
Nothing will change that.
And we will avoid all these people.
We'll avoid all these people.
That makes it even worse. So these people that we can beat, we will avoid.
We'll avoid.
Here we have to be with either Nigeria, which we don't want. The last time we just escaped. Morocco we don't want.
Who are the best team in Africa now?
Senegal we are not sure. Algeria we don't want. Tunisia. Maybe Tunisia.
They are very good at playing qualifiers.
They qualify frequently.
Yes, they are very good at playing
Cameroon, are they strong these days?
They are not strong, but also good at qualifying. If you look at the list,
so Cameroon, Mali,
but we don't have a good record against Cameroon. That's the thing. We don't have a
good
record against, even in tournaments. We don't have a good record against them.
I remember after 2008, yes. It was Cameroon
that defeated us. Even the one we hosted, we couldn't beat them.
That's the one I'm talking about, 2008.
Yes, I'm talking about 2000, the one we co-hosted with Nigeria.
2000, yes, that one too, we couldn't. They went all the way to the final,
yes, we couldn't beat them in that competition. We don't have a good record with them. We don't have a good. But in their stadium, Ahmadu Ahidjo Stadium, Ghana is the last team to have beaten them in that stadium.
The
Ahmadu Ahidjo Stadium.
Was it still up here in Abedipele?
It was Abedipele.
Much earlier, way back.
Yes, way back. I remember I was in that stadium where Cameroon were playing the third of playoff in the AFCON, and one of the Cameroonians was telling me when Cameroon were down, Burkina were leading them for about three goals or so. And one Cameroonian was telling me that Ghana is the only team to have beaten us in this stadium, and so I'm not sure we are going to lose. And strangely, they came back, equalized all the goal, went into penalties and won the game.
I see.
So that record still holds that Ghana is the last country to have beaten them in that stadium, Amadou Ahidjo Stadium. But they now have a national stadium, the Lembe Stadium, where the finals of the AFCON was played. They lost over there in the AFCON semi-finals. Yes, to Senegal, I think. No, it was to Egypt. They lost to Egypt.
So we want Cameroon or Mali?
Mali.
Egypt. How is Ivory Coast doing these days?
Ivory Coast.
We'll watch them at AFCON. We can manage Ivory Coast.
I think we can manage Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
We can manage Ivory Coast.
But this is not
But we should try and avoid Nigeria, Morocco, Senegal, Algeria, probably Tunisia. I think these 4 we can manage. But with the way our team is playing currently,
we are very bad.
We are very, very far away from all these teams. We are very, very far away from them. We lack creativity. We don't know how to create. We lack goal scorers. And
we are not threatening. We are not dangerous. We are not dangerous at all.
We don't know how to create opportunities. We don't have a number 10. We don't have a 10. We don't have an 8. We don't have a 6. At the moment, our strength is the wings. We have a lot of wingers. Kudus is not a winger. We have Kamal Dean, Joseph Pentel.
Kudus is what, striker?
Kudus, coaches are finding it difficult to find a specific.
He plays on the wings well.
Normally they use him at number 10. But in our game against Angola, where Chris Hughton used him at the number 10 role, he didn't do well. And so in our last game against Madagascar, the coach didn't start him. He rather preferred Andre Ayew. Andre Ayew played behind Jordan as the striker rather than Kudus. Normally Kudus would play behind the striker, but he preferred Andre Ayew, and Kudus even came in with about 10 minutes to go. So it's very difficult. We are far away from. At the moment, looking at what is happening, it's very difficult for us to qualify. If you look at this team,
no, don't say that. Don't say that. Fair.
The team is not in good shape.
We have to leave it here. It's past 11:30. Thank you very much, Ibrahim Zerbila.